This is Eagle Owl. Choke job. That's what I call it. Just a choke job. Who's to blame? Is it the players? Is it the coaches? We're going to talk about it. Let's get straight into it. All right, man. 24-21. Eagles had this game 21-0. First half, we in glory. Second half, complete shit show. And that's what it been with the Philadelphia Eagles. It's just a team, a tale of two halves. You never know what you're going to get. Really struggling to close games, or when we do, it's like we barely closing it. But the defense couldn't bail us out this time. They just couldn't do it. It was too much. The injuries, the offense just couldn't execute on their side. Now, let's just get the bad out the way because it's so much bad, right? Actually, before we get into that, let's hear a word from my sponsor. Before we get into the next subject, I gotta give a huge shout out to my friends at Brunt Workwear. These are some amazing boots. Let me show y'all, man. See, came in the package. Like it. FedEx, look, hating, rip my box, but let's pull out these boots I got, man. Here we go. Ooh, these hard. These nice, man. See here, even still got the tissue on them. Still got the tissue. I'll take those out. These are the all black old men. All black old men soft toe. Look, my kids leaving stuff around. Don't mind that, but look, man. Slide right in. Boom. Put this one on. Take out that tissue. Promise y'all I ain't gonna just let it on my floor. My wife will hurt me, man. Put those on. Boom. Hard. Brunt was tired of the workwear brands out there cutting corners. You work too hard to be stuck in the uncomfortable boot that don't hold up. So they build for something better. Boots that are instantly comfortable and built for any job site. And for a limited time, get $10 off at Brunt when you use promo code EagleOut at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com, use the promo code EagleOwl, and you good to go. And after that, your order, they'll ask you, where did you hear about Brunt? Just mention my show. And thank you, Brunt. I love these shoes, man. I love them. They are very comfortable. Again, man, for a limited time only, get on brunt.com. The link will be pinned to the top comments. You could click on that link, put in promo code Eagle Owl, man. These boots are wonderful. I work a white collar job, but again, there was a time I worked a blue collar job, and I know comfortable boots to work in, and these are the ones, man. My construction guys, my Amazon guys, Philly, we strong. And again, shout out to Brunt, man. All right, man. Like I said, we're gonna get the bad out the way. The players. Look, I could go at Kevin Patullo. I could go at Nick Sirianni. I could go at all those guys. But the Jake Elliott kick, that's not on none of the coaches. That's just a plain miss. It's in the dome. Can't blame wind. Can't blame this. Can't blame that. You fucking missed the field goal. You got to make that. I'm sorry. You have to make that, Jake Elliott. Gibson, what the hell were you thinking? First of all, you could have let that touch back. Eagles could have started at the 20. Now, Cowboys did nothing with that turnover, but, come on. You never know. That could have been, a spark we needed, but you gave the Cowboys a spark. Even though they did not get a touchdown, field goal, or anything, you just gave them an extra opportunity. and Saquon Barkley. Oh, I'm about to go on the epic rant about Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley, y'all. I don't know. I don't want to say he ain't it. I don't want to say he was. But man, I get it. Cam Jurgens. And what I tell y'all about Cam Jurgens, I told y'all. I'm like, if Cam Jurgens is 70%, don't play him. I honestly hope he was 70% after what I watched. You were going to get better production out of Brett Toth. I'm sorry, but Cam Jurgens been ass cheeks all year. Just put him on IR, sit him for the rest of the year if you have to. Whatever he got to heal, whatever's going on, I don't know, but Cam Jurgens been ass juice. He got to sit down, man. But Saquon Barkley, bro, with all this cutting and all this and all that, just go, just go. It was like a 2nd and 7, right? Jalen Hurts dump it all to him. And then, he got one guy to beat. He trying to do all these shifty moves and slip and fall. If he just ran straight, he got the first down. You know why I'm harping on that so much? Because after that 2nd and 7, I think it was like 3rd and 3. And that's when Jalen Hurts, I think, took one of the worst sacks of the game. And Cowboys, I think that's the game winning drive. But I remember, I think it was a 2-minute warning. We dumped it off to Saquon. If Saquon just ran straight instead of trying to make the big play. Now, the thing is, last year, that was hitting. But you got to run straight right there. And that's what I like about Tank Bigsby over Saquon Barkley, is because Tank Bigsby, he see a little gap, see a little hole, he just going. Saquon Barkley's trying to make the big play. Again, that worked last year. That's not working this year. Saquon Barkley, I don't know what you have to do, but you got to fix some stuff up. And yes, the O-line been pure shit, but you can't negate what Saquon Barkley's been looking like. And then the fumble. Come on, Saquon Barkley. You're a veteran. You surrounded by Cowboys. You know one is coming behind you, more than likely trying to rip the ball out. You know why? Because Saquon Barkley, his psychology, damn, I only got like 8 carries for like 18 yards. I want to make a big play. So he's doing all this shifty bullshit. And then now you fumbled. You fumbled, man. So Saquon Barkley, man, I'm not saying he's wise, because you do see that burst and all that still there, but he's overthinking, 1, and 2. He gotta know this not the same old line. It's not. So all that shit, you just gotta hit that shit, man. Just hit the hole when you see it, and you barely see it with this old line. You gotta just go. Tank Bigsby will highlight. Last time I checked the stats, it was like 1 carry for 8 yards. You know why? He don't do none of this dancing and all. He just go, man. Come on, man. Like Saquon. Come on, man. That's all I gotta say. I don't want to say some negative stuff I'm gonna regret, like calling him, because that would be a lie. That's just all emotions of me talking. But I know Saquon can be better. He even said it during his press conference. He can be better. We need a better Saquon, man. It's good to see AJ and Devontae, Dallas. They had a really good game statistically. Jalen Hurts had a really good game statistically. Again, Jalen Hurts just took one bad sack. And of course, it happened close to the end of the game. But, you can't really put this one on Jalen Hurts. I know a lot of guys wanted to, but it's hard. He didn't throw any picks. He put you in one weird situation when he took that sack. But other than that, he didn't put you in no weird situations. And he started running the ball himself because he realized the run game wasn't working. That O-line, I told y'all the worst of the worst was Cam Jurgens. But Fred Johnson was no good. I mean, I love Fred Johnson, but come on, man. Whatever his name, Fowler, and a rookie, his rocker was beating up on you like that, man. The penalties. That's what I mean about the coaching staff. Let me talk about them. But like 14 penalties, man. What, 2 fumbles lost, man. It's just hard, man. It's just really, really hard to blame the coaches on that. Now, some the play designs and all that shit was trash in the second half. That shit was trash. Yes, that's man. It was bad. But the 14 penalties again, can't really blame that on the coaching staff. Were there some calls that were eh, like the Cam Jurgens turning his head fast? Oh, that's on us. Or the push off by CD Lamb. Yeah, but okay, I wiped those two away. What you had still like 12 or 11 penalties. Like, come on, man. You got to clean that up. And that's far on the player side. And this is one little nuance that happened on the defensive side of the ball. Oh yeah, speaking of penalties, 12 men on the field. It's like, come on, man. Like y'all should know. You should have 11 players on the field. Like, get off the field faster. Come on, come on. Can't do that. But it was missed opportunities on the defensive side. Like, a play happened in the fourth quarter. Zach Bond, right? hit hit him right in the hands. A pick hit him right in the hands, and then that same drive they scored the touchdown. So you had a missed opportunity there. So it was just weird things that was happening in this game. Missed opportunities, couldn't get none going in the second half. No run game. So we can't really ice the game like we want to because Saquon Barkley cannot run the ball. He just cannot run the ball. We have no run game. We have no run game, man. We tried to feed him. But I thought it should have got to a point like, okay, let's see what Tank Bisbee can do. I thought it should have got to that point at one point, but it never did. I keep going back to that run game and that O line because it was so bad. And some of these injuries that happened. Let's get to that defensive side of the ball. Y'all know me. I love Sidney Brown when he first came, but Sidney Brown, when he came in the game for Reed Blankenship, he wasn't it. He wasn't it. And a lot of people worry about Reed Blankenship, which I believe he will play Friday, but that Andrew Makuba injury could be huge because he hurt his foot. I know people blaming Sidney Brown for that. I don't think that's a hit right there. You could blame him because Sidney Brown taking down the guy. Andrew Makuba is coming. It just happened to land on his foot. Shit happens. I'm hearing Andrew Makuba is walking around in the boot. So we're going to see how the secondary look. Cooper DeJean. Let me say this about Cooper DeJean. I've been advocating. Put him on the outside, man. See what he got. Put him on the outside. Them words will never come out of my mouth again. George Pickens was cooking his ass on the outside. He's a slot guy. That's what he is. Maybe safety. But my God, he was getting his ass whooped on the outside. George Pickens was eating and eating and eating and eating. And it was the beginning of the game when they had Quinyon Mitchell somewhat following George Pickens. I thought he had George Pickens on lock. George Pickens really did his damage on Quinyon Mitchell, and he did his damage on Adoree Jackson. That's what he went off on. And yeah, I'd never say that again. I thought Michael Carter came in and subbed in really well for Cooper DeJean when they moved Cooper DeJean to the outside. But Cooper DeJean was ass on the outside. Was terrible. And we got to watch them against another really good wide receiver core with the Bears. And then, they got a head coach that can call plays out his ass. So this secondary, man, they got to get healthy, man. Hopefully Andrew Makuba is not too bad, whereas though he got to miss significant time. But I don't see how he could turn around on a short week on a Friday game and be ready if he's in the boot. I would be shocked. So we might get Sidney Brown again. Maybe, short week of practice, Sidney Brown to be better. They got to flush this one. They just got to flush this one and just move on. Simple as that. Take the good, what they did in the first half. Don't think about that second half. Don't think about the loss. Division games, weird things happen. We lost to the Giants this year. Lost to the Giants. So let's talk about the coaching staff. Let's talk about the coaching staff just a bit. I mean, at this point with the coaching staff, hate to say it, just let Nick Sirianni call the plays. Shit, just let him call the plays. Like, I mean, Kevin Patullo was bad, man. And sometimes he just got to know the personnel. Like, I'm seeing it, right? Cam Jurgens running up the middle, just not the same. So at some point, pitch it out, do some toss plays. Don't have the same routes because after a while, the Cowboys, with they bad defense, they start reading like, okay, we know AJ's going to do this. We know Smitty's going to do this. Like, it start becoming predictable again. It start becoming predictable. And Kevin Patullo, he's not putting these guys in positions to win. I even seen an interview with Fred Johnson calling him out. They like, yo, what's going on with the run game? He like, I'm sorry, but I'm not an offensive play caller. So, or something like that, or ask the coaches. So Fred Johnson called him out. Lane Johnson called him out. Jalen Hurts basically called him out. Jalen Hurts didn't want him from last season after we won the Super Bowl. He called him out. Devontae somewhat called him out. AJ called him out. At some point, I mean, Kevin Patullo ain't it. He just not it. And I hate to see Nick Sirianni call plays because I remember in 2021 how bad it was. Like, Nick Sirianni refused to run the ball. Remember in 2021? And then people used to have signs like run the ball, this, that, and the third. Remember those days? And I just got a feeling, even if Nick Sirianni called the plays, they'd go back to that. You do got two guys who is capable of calling plays, the QB coach, and then our passing game coordinator, Frazier Parks, I believe his name is. So I don't know how much we can do. What we got about 5-6 more games of the regular season. Something got to click. Something got to click. You got to have a complete game. Got to have a complete game. I don't see a collapse happening. I know a lot of people going to that. I don't see that happening, especially with a dominant defense that you have. But at the same time, this team could get got because the coaching staff, you never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get with this coaching staff, man. We still in the first seed, I believe. You beat the Bears. You're solid. You got to beat the Bears. If you don't, then we're going to have some real talks, real conversations. But division games, weird things happen. Now we're going to have to hear about this for the next 18, 20 years, how Dallas had one of the biggest comebacks in NFL history against the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to talk and talk and talk, and they got the right to talk. We choked away that game. Like, we just completely choked away that game, a game we had in the bag. But at the end of the day, when you got incompetent head coaches, no run game, shit like this happen, man. It just happened. But that's all I got for you guys today, man. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I actually stayed a lot cooler than what I thought. I was pissed. I was pissed on my live stream, man. But, I sat and thought about it like, okay, the world isn't falling. You're still in the first seed. You get a chance to play the Bears. You lost to a 4-5 team. They 5-5. Hopefully they don't gain any spark from this. We didn't handle business. And this is one of those games where you can't pull that off. Like Tampa. Remember we did the same thing against Tampa, blowing them out. We went to the second half. Like, I don't think Jalen Hurts got a passing yard against Tampa. We still won. We just couldn't pull that off this time. And then you think about the Denver game, the game we actually lost, kicking their ass. Then we slowed down. Denver was basically too good. Like, hey, like, they're going to eventually score some points. Offense, get something going. Same shit happens, man. We need a complete game. We need a complete game. We only had like 2 complete games, one against the Giants, one against the Vikings. Then when you watch the Vikings, they not a good team. When you watch the Giants, they not a good team. Those the 2 teams we had a complete game against, y'all. Other teams, wasn't complete. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.